Tonight, before you go to bed, make an inspection tour of your ice box. How's that Pabst Blue Ribbon supply holding out? Tomorrow morning when your dealer says, "What did you have?" say, "Pabst Blue Ribbon." What else?
I've performed. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Hello Harem podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the Horns of Homies to Sail the Seven Seas, Mr. Anthony Luby and Luke Farnsworth. And it is just regular Sunday night, and we're here. And I know Luke has a story, and I really want to get into it. So
Yeah, it's a regular Sunday, like just like every other Sunday that we've ever had.
It is
different at all. There's no.
there's literally nothing different.
There's literally no
Give me
difference.
2 thumbs up if it's been the same. Oh, wait a minute.
He did do that.
I did. I've been giving
really did do
one big thumbs up. Also, if you do something bad, it's a big thumbs down. So you
Big
gotta deal
thumbs
with
down?
that. Like deal with that. Yeah, you can't. There's
You're
no.
driving,
There's no
You
recovery.
give someone a thumbs down. You can give them a big thumbs down. Like, man,
Yeah, the biggest.
This does not get 5 big booms from me.
This is not Costco approved.
This is not AJ and Young Justice.
This does not win a chicken bake.
Dude, I've never had a chicken bake. Are they good?
I had
Yeah.
so I was lucky enough to have someone get me one at work, and they are good. They're huge. They're really
it
big.
was like $4 and some change, wasn't it?
Yeah,
For the Costco chicken bake?
yeah,
Kind of.
and they're good. They're good.
Was it worth
they-
5 big booms? Would you give it 5 big booms?
I mean, Alex,
I
like, think
don't-
about what else you could get at some like fucking wholesale store.
I'm saying like for bang for your buck, yeah, it's 5 big booms. But when it comes to flavor, like it's really good. But there's one thing I didn't like about it, and they put bacon in it, and for me that threw it off a bit. But otherwise, it was close to 5. I'd give it like 4 big booms, you know. But I haven't had the double chunk chocolate cookie yet.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
Double
Chunk chocolate
cookie.
cookie.
Double chunk chocolate cookie.
So I don't know if it's better than that, or if the double chunk chocolate cookie is better. But the chicken bake is good, and for $4 and some change, like it's worth the money. It gets 5 big booms on price and food ratio, like 100%.
Well, let me go get a visual aid from the story.
It kind of looks like your Kuromi cup, like actually.
The chicken bake?
Yeah.
I thought it was like longer and more slender.
A little more slender, but it's probably about the length of that cup. Like
Are we
I'm
talking about
probably
Slender
remembering
Man? Dude, Slender Man in the 8 pages?
the 8 Slender Man and the
Eight-
69 pages.
Eight Slender pages? The 8 pages of Slender? When
Pages of Slender.
is Slenderman's 8-page dojin?
Return to sender.
It's my
Turn to
it's
Slender.
my slender yaoi. You guys need to read it.
I
It's
posted
about
my
how-
slender yowie in the woods.
Slender boys
No.
love.
Nobody liked it on Wattpad. I don't know what to do. Everyone's pissed at me now, and now I don't know why. It was a good yaoi
The
about
franchise was dying. I had to evolve.
It was about me and Freddy Fazbear. I don't know why no one liked it.
It was the biggest monsters in pop culture getting at it.
Modern day pop culture.
It was way
Slender
before
Man.
Freddy Fazbear, wasn't it?
Slender Man,
What's
wasn't
that?
it like 2006? And then
It was a minute ago.
Slenderman was like
I want to say it was. Six.
I think
Oh
I
my
think
God.
he
first
heard about
dropped
the 8
in, like-
pages when I was in 7th grade, or no, I was
Yeah,
in
it
6th
was
grade,
like-
I think.
it was like 2010.
Slenderman and the 8 pages. This says initial release was 2012.
Maybe I'm fucked.
But I don't believe it was. I don't think I was in high school when this dropped. I remember watching. I think
Yeah,
PewDiePie
dude, I
play it when I was
was
in
in-
That's
grade
the
school.
old. You're looking at the old one, right?
Yeah, that's what
This
we want.
Slenderman in the 8 pages. Is there
That's the
another
OG.
Slenderman in the 8 pages? It's because
Hold
it's labeled a fucking survival game.
Oh fuck.
That's what we should do tonight. We should have one
Get
of us play
Slenderman.
through Slenderman in the 8 pages.
Whoa.
I thought it was like
Yeah,
scary as
yeah,
piss
this
when I
is the
first
one.
played it.
Because
Nope. That was like
The
the, scariest
Arrival.
game ever.
the arrival.
Slender the
was
Arrival was good.
2013. That was the year after, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the high def remake.
And
Yeah.
when did five FNAFs at FNAF Freddy's?
FNAF Bears.
Why did Five Nights at Freddy's coloring pages come up the first fucking like that's the Google fill? FNAF
Yeah.
Nights at Freddy's was 2014, so it does predate. Either way, it does predate. But think about it. Those girls didn't kill their one classmate to appease Freddy FNAF
Yeah,
Bear.
they
Yeah.
did for Slender Buddy.
No, they actually
killed her for
didn't kill her. We
Slender.
watched the documentary on it. They didn't kill her. They almost killed her.
They just stabbed
They
her
did
like
stab her
37
multiple
times in the chest.
Yeah, they did stab her multiple times, but she didn't
All-
die.
There's all of my favorite characters in pop culture. There's Fall Dudes. There's Slender Buddy. There's Among Guys.
She's either making
know.
Among Guys in 3D.
Isn't that just Fall Dudes?
Oh, I mean, among guys.
There's
Yeah,
this-
isn't
It's just fall
isn't
dudes.
isn't Among Dudes in 3D Fall Fellas?
There's this
Isn't that all
app
the same?
or this website called MacBids. It's like one of those bidding websites where you bid like a cent on shit. But you could actually get some pretty good deals. And I was just scrolling it one night, and I was I just was under general electronics, and there was a bunch of monitors, and all of like the display pictures for the monitors was like Street Thug Among Us.
I don't see the problem, honestly. I think that would make me want to buy it if I'm honest.
I think Street Thug Among Us goes like just as hard as Street Thug or like Pimp SpongeBob.
Pimp SpongeBob's tough.
Yeah.
That
You
one's
can't tell
tough.
me otherwise.
Money's
You can't
calling.
tell me otherwise. Money
Money's
is
going.
calling. I better answer the money on the line.
Money on the line.
Money on the
Um,
line.
Before we get into Luke's little silly goofy story, his little thing. I went bowling last night for the first time in like a long time.
Yeah, I saw a
Bro,
video of your thing. You fucking suck. Your throw is shit.
Yeah, I suck at bowling, but I'm not the one that is the story's about. Bro, the kid next to me was a fucking goon.
When you say kid, how old was he?
He had to be like a freshman or sophomore in high school. He couldn't have been more like at the oldest he was 16. That's the oldest.
And he was
This
getting
kid
crazy.
rolled a 230 on his first game. He got 7 strikes in a row.
God damn.
He was and he bowled like a goober. He bowled two-handed. He would throw the ball like this, and then like I don't know, fucking Rochambeau it down the fucking lane, and his leg would like split into my lane. But I didn't care because he was so good, and he would
That's
just
how I
turn
roll.
around and he would
You
just be like,
two-hand
"Yeah,
bowl?
Yeah,
yeah, you
I used these two fingers, these two fingers in the holes. Like these
Oh,
two.
so
fingers.
you don't do the thumb?
No,
I don't either."
I do this, and then I hold it to keep it stable, and then when you roll
That's-
it, I spin to put the spin on it. Yeah, that's like
I do the
that's
same
like
thing, Luke.
professional bowlers do that. Sometimes they only do the thumb,
Huh.
and
Really?
they'll do it that way too. Yeah,
I use the.
I get scared my thumb's gonna get stuck and break, so I don't do that.
That's how I am.
So I do 2 fingers, and then I roll it, and then I
Yep.
put some spin on it, so it looks really cool when I do
Yeah,
it.
I like hold it like
spin
this
on.
and then kind of like lob it down.
The problem is I don't bowl enough, so at the beginning, I just throw it in the gutter like probably 12 times in
Yeah.
a row, and then I finally get to the point where I'm like, oh, this is how it works.
Remember that one night we tried to go bowling? We went to like fucking 4
Yeah, we
different
ended up in
alleys?
tanks anyway.
Yeah, we went to 4 different bowling alleys when we could have just went to the fucking first one we went to and
Yeah.
just waited the 5 minutes because I think it was only like a 5-minute fucking
We were
wait.
like,
Yeah.
no way.
And I was like, oh, we could just wait. And I can't
no,
remember.
no, no,
Someone
no.
went no, and I was like, all right, let's just go drive then. Let's go have a fun ride around on a fucking Saturday night in the middle of no fucking time of the day.
It was like St. Patrick's Day or some shit. So I guess that's National Bowling Night for everybody in the fucking
Oh
state.
yeah, it was that dumb
What?
stupid shit.
It was sometime around COVID, wasn't it? Like right when COVID, like either before lockdowns or right after.
It would have been right after, I think.
That's what I thought. And then we just went to go see the tanks.
Yeah. Yeah,
We
that
didn't
was
bowl.
silly. That was a silly night. We could have
Okay.
just stayed at the first fucking lane
Yeah,
and just went bowling at the first fucking lane. And no, we left.
we drove to Akron.
And then the last time I said, hey, we should go bowling, I think Anthony looked me dead in the face and said, I don't want to go bowling, dude. I fucking hate bowling. Stop asking. And I said, all right, I'm sorry I asked. And that was the last interaction we had with that.
I'm not the biggest bowler. I don't super care for bowling.
I mean, like, I'm talking, like, not even in a funny way. Like, you looked at me
Yes.
pissed off and
Don't
told me to stop
fucking
because
ask me
you
about
hate.
bowling.
You were like,
Fucking
I
hate bowling.
fucking hate bowling. Stop asking me about bowling. And I said, oh, okay. I was just suggesting something to do
Oh
for the night,
jeez.
but
Oh jeez.
I guess I said the wrong thing. My bad.
Bowling. It reminds me of. I said this last night. It reminds me of NASCAR. Like the same
In
people
what
that
way?
Why?
You
same
interact
people that-
with it?
the same people that bowl remind me of the like same people that like NASCAR.
What, racist?
Sort of. Like really like beer. And like I don't you just should have seen the people like the crowds like people that bowl like real bowlers like in leagues. They seem like the same type of fans that would be NASCAR fans.
Give me 2 lanes and a pitcher of
In a pit
beer.
in a pitcher of beer and they have like I saw like 6 NASCAR shirts. All right, I just want to point that I saw like people in like 6 NASCAR shirts. A lot of people were sponsored by bowling. Like this guy had like a apparently Storm Bowling is big. He had a Storm Bowling jersey. Like, that
So
guy might be
people that go out to go bowling and buy a cheap pitcher of beer and have fun for the night are NASCAR fans. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Like you're
essentially.
just being an asshole about people
Yeah,
that are out
kind
to
of.
have fun for the night.
I don't know. I don't know. There's some weird about it to me. I don't know.
I want to go to Laser Quest.
Rip, it's gone now.
It's called laser light tag or something now. It's the exact same thing, I think.
That's
I think other places have done. CC's Pizza did that when COVID happened. Like, CC's went under, but another place opened like the next day called Pizza Buffet. Nothing changed.
Mm-mm.
Why did they do that? How is that? Like, if the place went under, how did someone else just buy it? Be like, yeah, just fucking call it Pizza Buffet or call it Laser Light Tag.
I don't know. Big Lots is gone.
Rip Big Lots.
Rip Big Lots.
Rip Big Lots. That place is awesome.
Yeah, Big Lots was great, man. We got the
Swear.
first podcast table there.
And that table was low key trash for what we needed it for.
We
Yeah, it
should bring
was.
back Circuit City. That should come back.
Dude, I agree.
When they
I used
built,
to have one right down the road.
when they first built like you know where Fatheads is at in that plaza with Earth Fair?
Hmm.
When they first built that, which really wasn't too long ago, they put a Circuit City in there.
What?
Yeah.
That would have been a long time ago because I think Circuit City went under in like 2011.
Dude, this was way after 2011. I remember seeing it. I'm like, why the fuck is there a Circuit City there?
I do not remember that at all.
No,
What
it was
store?
an H.H. Gregg. That's what it was.
Circuit
Okay,
City
yeah,
went.
it was an
Okay, I was about
H-
to say Circuit City went out
Yeah.
of business in 2009.
God damn.
So
Oh my
like,
god.
that's when the last one closed. They started closing in 2008.
Remember Radio Shack?
Dude,
Yes.
there are so many times where I think if we had a fucking Radio Shack or a goddamn Circuit City, I could get whatever I needed done at this time done.
Yeah. They
Like,
had
there's
like
that.
little things that you look for that you can't find at like Best Buy or like a Walmart.
Dude, like Radio Shack used to be where you got tiny electronics and shit. Like you could
Mm.
get like just small fucking like 2 microfarad capacitors and shit like that.
That's
like,
dope.
When I was doing my senior design project, there were so many people that were like, "Oh man, no, you guys got fucked over because Radio Shack. We went there and bought all the shit we needed for like $10." And I was like, "Thanks, dude. That doesn't help me. Like,
Fuck you.
I have to spend $20 on shipping for a $3
Yeah,
purchase."
you have
Like,
to do it on
fuck.
Amazon.
Like Circuit City sold like everything electronic, right?
Oh yeah, Circuit City and Radio Shack. Well, Circuit City was more of like your big time electronics. Radio Shack was like your small
Mm-hmm.
bullshit. Like, here's like a little amplifier, or like here's your small circuit electronics, and then they tried to do phones, and that kind of ruined it.
I very much remember like the red cube design they had.
Yeah, I
in
do
the,
too.
the building. I
Yeah.
don't really remember like going in there, honestly.
I don't either.
I don't super remember, but I think Radio Shack's closed. They closed before Circuit City.
Which is why
Did
we
they-
had one by
Did they
us.
really? I don't know what year they closed. I have no idea. Yeah, I remember there was one by us. I remember going in that one.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't remember going in Circuit City. I remember Radio Shack was the shit.
I'm pretty sure. Didn't Radio Shack go out before?
I have no idea.
It's been a while.
I feel like
Uh,
if Circuit City was open today, they would sell PC parts.
2003 is when it stopped being Radio Shack, is what this guy said.
What?
hell?
One of the last standing Radio Shack stores in the U.S. They stopped being Radio Shack 20 years ago, and this was a post from 2 years ago, so it was 2003.
It was founded in 1921. What the hell did they sell?
Do I have fake memories or something?
I think so. You're getting Mandela affected right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have to be. I have to be.
This is interesting. Like, there's no Radio Shacks near me, but on Google it's bringing up Elm Electronics or Radio Shack, a dealer.
Yeah, I think there's like a bunch of go-betweens now. Like it's not
Yes.
like Radio Shack doesn't exist,
Yeah.
but there's like sold out businesses from Radio Shack.
Interesting.
The Radio Shack fallout.
Jesus Christ.
I wonder if I can buy them on Robinhood.
Buy Radio Shack stuff. Yeah, dude. I'm
Bump
sure
the com-
it
my-
would be
My $40 would bring the company back to life.
bumping, dude. You'd probably see a return on investment in about 60 years.
Or they would just delist it.
Maybe
Like,
more.
sorry, dude, it's your money's in the void.
You've lost $40, dumbass.
Fucking idiot.
Kind of funny.
You stupid dumb fuck.
Oh, I need to.
Yeah, I feel like Circuit City would sell PC parts. They'd be like kind of like a micro center. I just have a hunch. Maybe.
I think now they would.
Yeah.
If they would have like not gone to phones for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that really was their downfall. They spent all their money on phones, and then people like to steal from those places.
Yeah.
Circuit City and Radio Shack.
I wish.
But when they were stealing like 10 cents worth of electronics, they're not losing a lot of money.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter.
Stealing a
when
whole
a phone costs $1,000, it's like, well, okay, yeah, people get
Well,
like 6 of those.
They didn't
I mean, it
cost
was
1,000
like-
back in the day.
It was like 2003
Yeah.
to 2006.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was.
I forgot.
Oh man, they stole the new Blitz. Like holy shit.
Oh no,
The BlackBerry.
What was the fucking? Hold on. What was this?
I don't even know what
Who
phones
made
were
this?
around then. I don't know. They were the ones that you flip up and down.
It was the fucking UT Starcom Blitz. That's what it was.
UT.
I want to see what this thing looks like.
UT Starcom Blitz. That's the phone I was thinking of off the top of my head.
Look at that bitch.
That was the phone
Holy
that came to
shit.
my fucking mind. That's the phone that I thought of as soon as I thought of phones that would have been
It's
sold
like,
back then.
Wow.
It's like their version of a BlackBerry.
Dude, I had one.
Did you?
Did you really?
Yeah, dude, it was sick as fuck. It
That is pretty cool.
literally swiped up, and that was the whole keyboard. There was the numpad on it, like
Like
they did
that.
back in the day.
I
I
had
also
the
had an NV2.
I had
an
the
NV3.
The 3 was cool, but I liked the 2 better. It was like really blocky and stupid looking.
I forget what the 2 looked like.
Or was the 3 the one that slid and the 2 the one that flips? Maybe maybe the
My-
3
No,
is
the
one of
3
them.
flipped.
The 3 flipped?
I wonder what the difference
Yeah.
is between the two.
I mean, you can
Verse
look
3.
at it and see the differences. Like,
Yeah,
the
that one-
NV3 had that silver circle on the front. The
did
buttons
flip.
look a little different.
Oh yeah,
It's like-
this one did flip. God, I miss when phones were like this.
I know, I do
It is kind of cool.
Like low key, I super miss. These are so
Yeah.
cool. Like all phones look the fucking same now. These were sick
Yeah.
as shit. You had so many options of like a goofy looking phone.
My cousin had an LG Cosmos. I liked his a lot.
That
It
slid up.
slid. Yeah.
Yeah, I had one that slid. I had a problem because I like to fidget with it, so I'd slide it up and down all the
Mhm.
Oh,
time.
here's a picture of all the NV1 looks goofy. The 2 and the 3 look pretty similar.
I
The
used,
NV1 looks weird.
And then the NV4 is touchscreen.
I used the
NV4?
NV1 for a while. LG.
I don't think they had an NV4.
I don't. The picture I'm looking at has like all the generations, like 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Oh, the NV Touch.
Yeah, yeah.
It was called the LG NV Touch.
I remember the
I
LG
don't know what that
NV
was.
Voyager. I remember the Voyager.
The LG Voyager.
Yeah.
And then I had one of the first. You remember the first Blackberries where they had it was the roll ball in the middle at first,
Yes,
and then it went to the
yes.
touchpad,
yeah.
and you had to like move over. Dude, I remember trying to surf the internet on that bitch, and holy shit, was it the slowest thing you've ever done? But it was so fucking cool because it was like, oh, internet in my
I'm on the
hand.
internet.
Mom, look, I can Wikipedia stuff.
I would
And I
always
was like,
click.
Wikipedia's not a source.
I would click on the internet icon
This.
and then exit really fast and be like, man, it's gonna cost so much money. Ooh.
I know my parents used to like get on my ass about that.
Yeah. And what was the phone Andrew had? Remember his was Slide 2, but it looked different.
Holy shit, dude! I have no fucking idea.
This is
I
not
don't know if it was
the
LG.
first. This is
It
not the
was
first time
Samsung.
we've brought these up, but I do want to state again that when they've started introducing unlimited talk and text, and that was like the biggest thing that you could get for a phone, that was cool as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We don't make you pay for minutes. You have infinite minutes now. It's like, okay, I like
I found
Yeah,
it.
like I
Alex.
remember.
found it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think rights to communication should be free, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But then again, I understand that they have to keep servers up somehow, and towers need to be maintained. We have to
Yeah.
pay for that. Like, I get it. It's a business.
It doesn't
Expensive?
have
Come
the
on.
name of it, but like this is a picture of it.
Yeah, like I know what it
pretty
looks
vividly
like.
remember.
I just forget the name.
I just looked up slide keyboard phones and it showed up that way.
Dude, my first phone I ever had was one of those stupid shit-ass $20 Nokia flip phones.
I know what you're talking about.
It had the extendo antenna on it.
Yeah.
Bango. My dad had one like that.
Yeah.
Coolest thing you could ever have in your life. I had a fucking extendo clip on my goddamn Nokia.
Oh.
I didn't call anyone but my family because I didn't have anyone to call, but it was cool as fuck.
I didn't get my first phone till I was in 5th grade.
I think I got mine in 4th grade, but that was just in case something happened. I needed to like call my parents or something. They're like, "This is for emergencies," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." Like, who am I gonna call? I'm
Right.
like 7.
No one
I'm
else
like,
has
Yeah.
a fucking phone.
I'm like 10. Like, who the fuck am I gonna call?
I remember my older brother had one. I forget what. I have no idea what it was called, but it was silver. It had an antenna, but you didn't like pull it out.
Oh,
It
it was
flipped
it was
up.
a flip.
Yeah. Yeah, what a fucking throwback, man. Holy shit.
Some of these
What an
phones are so
era.
low key expensive.
Well, because they're like vintage now. People just want them.
Yeah, it's like a collectible. It's like
Yeah.
old calculators.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, which I'm gonna look into getting one of the Casio calculator watches. Those things are tough as fuck.
Bow, 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 bow.
Have you ever seen one, dude? They're
No.
cool as shit.
Casio is what I go. Casio calculator watch.
Yeah, Casio calculator watch. You gotta just look at one of these fuckers, dude. They're sick as shit. That shit's tough. You can't tell me otherwise.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Like, tell me that's not the toughest shit ever. And it's like a
Oh, it's hard.
$25 watch. It's cheap as shit.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
There's a gold one for 100.
The gold
Yeah,
one's
dude.
tough as fuck.
Dude, they're tough as shit.
Yeah, they're
They're
sweet.
fucking awesome.
They're cool.
I like
Oh,
them.
here's like all the
I-
generations of them.
I love the Casio calculator watch. Now they make like missiles or something.
Yeah.
For Casio.
Seiko-
We made watches.
Oh, this
now
one's
we make
sick.
more.
It's called the Seiko Pulsar. It's a Casio. Oh, it's a calculator watch. I don't know if it's Casio, but this guy
What's
has
a Seiko?
Seiko Pulsar.
How do you spell that? SACO?
SEIKO.
That's the brand. It's a Seiko.
He just has a bunch of different watches laid out with like calculator shit. It looks pretty cool.
This isn't a calculator watch.
He says
Yeah.
calculator watch history in the thumbnail.
Oh, Pulsar's a different brand too.
There are other Seikos on there. There's 3.
Oh,
1, 2,
okay.
3.
So Pulsar is a division of Seiko.
Hmm.
I don't want to watch
So
this. guy's
I-
video.
I guess yeah, it is a Seiko Pulsar. At the end of the day, that would be how that would be read. But no one would say that.
Okay, he's got a lot on here. I wonder if I can find the exact one he's talking about.
It'd be like saying this is a Kia Hyundai. Like,
This is a Kia Hyundai.
I mean, like
This
technically
is,
you're
a, this is a
right.
Buick
Oh, this-
GM.
This one's sick. The Casio DBC -60/600/610 calc watch.
I'm just gonna take your word for it. I bet it's really.
Yeah, I'm sure it's cool. I'm not typing that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I bet it's sweet.
I ain't typing that book out, brother.
I ain't doing that.
I'm doing all that shit.
Let's get into Luke's funny story because he had quite the weekend.
I want to hear
Or
it.
the-
Curious.
well, yeah, he had the weekend. It happened on Friday, didn't it?
Yeah, dude, it happened on Friday. So Friday I woke up and I did my normal routine after I was stuck at home for 2 days because it snowed about 10 inches out down here.
Yeah, I saw
Which
that's fucking
That's
crazy.
kind of nutty. Not that much.
it was insane. So I got up and I did my normal routine. I was ready to go into work. I go outside. I have to, swipe off the 10 inches of snow off of my car. I'm the only person that has like a normal snow brush. Anyone else I saw had a fucking broom. I'm like, that's normal. Like, I mean,
Yeah, I
I
expect
can't
that.
deny it. Like, I've done it before because it's easier than using a snow brush. I'd rather just use a broom, but I've only got one and I'm not getting it dirty.
Yeah.
So I swipe it all off. I get in my car. I drive to work. I'm at work. I forgot my badge at home. I couldn't get into the building.
That
I
sucks.
texted him. I texted my boss. I was like, "Hey, do I need to be in, or can I just stay home?" And he's like, "Can you do your thing from home?" I was like, "Yeah, I can do that." So I just went home and worked on it a little bit.
Based.
And it gets to around 11:30, and I'm like, "I'm hungry. I'm going to make lunch." So I, threw some lunch. I had some frozen chicken patties, and I threw them in the air fryer, and I was washing my dishes. And I have, for those at home, these cups. Look how thick that glass is and all that,
Yeah.
right? Uh,
They're and I've held one. They're thick.
it's heavy
That's a
too.
good
Like
cup.
Yeah.
I could probably
Good
bash
cup.
a baby's skull in with this shit.
Yeah, and it wouldn't break.
Well, you would think. uh, so I was washing one of these, and my hands in the cup. I'm washing it like my hands in like that.
Yeah.
Huge chunk, probably about that big, just snaps off. My hand shoves down into it, and my first thought was, "Oh, that sucks." And I look at my thumb, and there's just blood covering my entire hand. I was like, "Oh, that really sucks." So I put it underwater normally, and I look at, I'm like, "Huh, I wonder if a Band-Aid will cover this." And then I bent my thumb. And I don't know if you've
Oh.
ever experienced this when your skin here stays, but the whole thumb bends. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's probably not good. So, I bent it under the water and let it wash out a little bit. And I saw what I can only assume was bone because it was, white and looked hard. And I was like, oh, that's probably not good. So I'm in my pajamas with my thumb under the water going, well, I need to go and get something done with this. So I grab probably 18 paper towels and wrap it really tight around my thumb. And I'm getting ready to go. I'm like, dude, I can't go to the emergency room in my pajamas. What am I, a fucking homeless person?
I
So I
like
go
that.
I go into my bedroom and I change into jeans. I buckle it somehow. I buckle my belt. I fucking zip it. Everything. Everything is done. No right hand at all because I can't use it because I'm holding my thumb down. And I go to put my shoes on. I'm like, I can't tie my shoes. This sucks. So I walk outside. I do a little jog to my car. I get in. I'm like, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. I drive to the hospital. I find a parking spot. Well, first off, I go to pull in, and some dude just stops right in front of where you park for emergency. I'm like, you're just gonna block all of
Oh.
emergency to let these fucking dumbasses in the car. I'm like, can you just like fucking move, dude? Like, you could have pulled up and not been blocking the entrance to emergency. So I park and I do my little jog over, and I walk in. And they're like, "Oh, well, what brings you in?" I said, "I cut the shit out of my thumb." And she's like, "Is it bad?" I was like, "Yeah, probably pretty bad." And they're like, "Well, you need to sit down." And so I sat down, and I'm like, I'm not panicking. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like my thumb's bleeding to shit. The one nurse comes over. She's like, "Can I look at it just to see what's going on?" I was like, "Yeah." And so I unwrap it. Blood's dripping everywhere, all over like my jeans and everything.
Man.
And she's like, "Oh yeah." So she gets paper towels, or she gets like the gauze, and she starts putting gauze on it. And she like wraps my hand like the stupid fucking picture that I put on my story. Like really poor wrap job. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
And so I'm sitting there, and then they're like, "You need to get into check-in." I was like, "No one told me that. I'm sitting here with a bleeding fucking thumb. I don't know where check-in is." So I get in line for check-in, and I'm waiting, and I'm doing the whole thing. It was actually pretty quick until the guy in front of me goes up. He goes up, he sits down, and they ask, "Why are you in?" Because they need to ask that. And this guy goes, "I have a headache and my stomach hurts a little bit." And I was like,
Wow.
are
You're
you
joking.
fucking kidding me?" Dude, when I say I've never been more mad about something, I mean that. I've never heard someone, he literally went up, he's like, I've had a little bit of a headache since yesterday and my stomach kind of hurts. I'm like, take some fucking cold medicine and go the fuck home. Like, what the fuck? He's like, I think I need quarantine and I need someone to check me out. I was like, shut the fuck up. And so I'm sitting there waiting, and they're going through the whole checklist of things, and she's like, "Do you need someone to, translate for you?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "Huh? Do you need someone to Do you understand English?" He's like, "Yeah, I understand English." I'm like, "Are you smooth then? I don't understand what's going on." Then they make you like initial and sign and all this bullshit, and he's just taking forever to put his initials on the thing and sign his name and all this. And then I get up there and I give her my ID. Somehow I managed to get my wallet out of my pocket. Not sure how I did it still. Like, it's in my right back pocket all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem. So, I mean, I managed to fish it out. And she's like, "What about your insurance?" I was like, "I have insurance. I can't find my card in my wallet right now." So I'm sitting there digging for it. I found it. I give it to her. She's like, "You know what? I'm not going to make you sign for this. I'm just going to have you verbally confirm." I was like, "Yeah, probably for the better."
Thanks.
So then they immediately sit me down so that one of the nurses there can at least assess what's going on. She takes my blood pressure and all this other stuff. And then she's just looking at my hand. She's like, "Dude, that sucks." I was like, "Yeah, it's not the greatest. I mean," I was like, "I've had worse." And so she's, she does a little cleanup, puts some bandages on, and I was like, "So does it look bad?" The only thing she said was, "You are surprisingly calm about this." I was like, "I don't know what to do. Like, my thumb hurts, I guess." And I don't know.
I was gonna ask about the pain. How was the pain?
Really did not hurt that much. I'm gonna be so honest. Like, the shock, like the adrenaline from when it happened till I got there I didn't feel a single thing. And then I was there, and then like every once in a while I'd get like this really bad throbbing pain, and then it would just go away. So I'm like, I don't know. And then I get back to the doctor, and I don't know what the fuck the nurses back there were doing, but there were 4 different nurses that just kept walking by, and it was the doctor on duty that was like doing my stitches and everything. And they would walk by, and like one nurse would come and she goes, "That's fucking gross," and then leave. I'm like, "All right, thanks." And then another nurse came in. Another nurse came in because she was looking for something. She looked over, she went, "Nice," and then left. I'm like, "Oh, do you guys not have jobs? Like, leave me alone."
Nice.
And then the one nurse came in. She's like, "Dude, that is fucked up. What did you do?" And I told her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I mean that happens." I was like, "Thanks, I guess. I don't know."
That's gonna leave a mark.
Hey, you're bleeding.
And then the doctor did put the numbing bullshit on my hand. Except you know how numbing bullshit works. Everything but the wound was numb, so I felt nothing anywhere else except where he was stabbing me with the fucking suture needle.
Did he like do it with a fucking like syringe?
What?
The numbing.
Yeah.
When I split my knuckle, they like inserted it, and then when they put the numbing shit in, I could like see it come out of my wound and blood, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird."
Oh, I didn't see that at all. Like it went in. It went in. It was easy. Like he poked me like right there on both sides of my thumb. And then he's like, "You got to run this underwater for a while." Well, they had a fucking automatic sink, so it turned off every fucking 15 seconds of me having it under the water. So I'd have to sit there and like move my thumb away and put it back under. And he's like, "Haha, yeah, the automatic sinks, am I right?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude. Like, why do you not have a normal sink back here? It's a fucking hospital."
Yeah.
Sucks, and so I'm sitting there doing that, and he's typing up all this shit about my fucking thumb. I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, dude." And he's like, "Oh, just a couple more minutes. Let me finish typing this out." So I get done. I go and sit down. And he's like, "Well, let me finish typing this." I'm like, "Why are you, like, can you not just sew my thumb up, then type it? Like, is that too much to ask?" 8 stitches later, and here I am.
One crippled thumb.
Yeah, it's bad, dude. It was a bad cut.
Yeah, it was. I was not expecting what you
sent?
sent me. Yeah, I did.
I saw his story. I'm like, "Oh, his hands. He's got some gauze on it." And Alex is like, "Dude, have you seen Luke's hand?" I'm like, "No." And he shows me. I'm like, "Holy fuck!" I was like, "Dude, that is so bad."
I was not expecting that. I was just like, "Oh, okay, yeah, like a normal cut, not one that wrapped around your entire half of thumb."
Yeah, and your thumb grew 3 times its size. That
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, "All right, yeah, here, I'm just gonna put this because I think it's funny." Every fucking comment that I got was, "Ha, dumbass, how'd you fuck up your thumb that bad?" I was like, could you be a little nicer about it? Like, I I saw bone from my thumb, and I have to sit here and deal with this shit now.
Hey, dipshit, would you fuck up now?
You fucking idiot.
That's why before he did, I was like, "Can I take pictures and just send it to everyone that's been shit talking me this whole time,
Yeah.
just so I can see what the fuck happened?" Like, I got shit talked so bad, and then I sent pictures like, "That's fucking gross." I'm like, "Yeah, it's gross. I had to look at it. Like, what do you want from me?"
It's on me.
Yeah, that's an early cut, man. That's a pretty good one.
So you said what?
Yeah.
10 to 14 days for stitches in.
10 to 14 days with stitches, and I've got at least. I'm probably tomorrow. I'm gonna take this stupid fucking dumbass thing off.
Are they the
Nice
dissolving
big old
stitches,
scar.
or do you have to go get them cut?
Nope, I gotta go get them cut.
I don't think they like with cuts that bad. I don't think they do dissolve ones.
Really?
No, there's no way he could have done
Yeah.
dissolving ones, dude. They probably would have dissolved while he was sewing it up.
Hey, the blood just keeps ruining the stitch.
One thing I thought was interesting was, like when you get a bloody nose and it like mixes with snot, how it's like really viscous, like
Mm-hmm.
the snot is or the blood is. That was coming out my thumb.
That's wild.
Like it was thick as shit. It congealed super hard.
That's interesting.
Got some good blood.
I couldn't wipe it off. I'm sitting there, I'm like, haha, look at this. It's like that long off my thumb. I'm just shaking it around.
That's
I'm like, dude, this
gross.
kind of looks. I looked at the doctor. I was like, dude, this kind of looks like snot. He's like, yeah, it does. I was like, all right, you can be a little more fun about it.
Yeah, let me type this.
He was actually super cool. Like at one point, he was. I asked him, hey, do you think it's gonna leave a scar? He's like, no, I don't think anyone's gonna notice that. Like, all right.
So what is that, yes or no? Just
I
no,
was like,
nobody will notice, or...
I was like, does this look pretty bad? And he's like, I don't know if I can save it. And I was like, oh, okay.
We're gonna have to amputate, my friend.
Yeah, we gotta
I was
cut
like,
it off.
okay.
So did you go back to work?
I went back home and logged back on.
Okay, yeah.
It was only 2.5 hours at emergency.
Oh,
Well,
that's not bad.
it's not horrible. That's not bad at all.
No, American healthcare system.
Yeah, last time I went to the ER, I waited 5 hours. That's
That's
just
not-
waiting.
I went to the ER. It was 4.5 hours with my mom, and she still wasn't seen.
Yeah, it's a shit show. I hate it.
I don't remember the last time I was there personally, but I think it was a long time. I don't remember.
I hate the
like
people that go
dickweed.
to everyone goes to emergency like, I have a cough. I'm like,
Mhm.
why are you at the
Okay.
emergency room? You
Yeah.
fucking
You
goofball.
don't. Yeah, I don't know why that. Like, does that guy like not pay medical anything?
I don't know.
He's like, I'm getting my money's worth, so I'm going to the
Wait.
hospital.
Oh, Anthony froze for a second. You're
Oh
good.
yeah, you kind of goofed too.
I don't know, dude. $250 copay later, and here I am.
That's just the copay. That's who knows what they're gonna charge you after that.
Well, my insurance is covering the rest of it.
That's awesome.
I have
I just-
insurance.
You get stitches one time per year.
Yeah, they're gonna say like one time, like per 5
Nice.
years.
But I still have I still had a $250 fucking copay. That shit
Yeah.
made me mad.
I just had to pay
It's my own fault.
$500 for an MRI.
What'd you need an MRI for?
Being stupid.
No, I have chronic sinusitis.
Sounds made up.
I thought it was, but it's
It's
real.
fake.
Get a real disease and then come
Yeah,
back. Here. Yeah, I have chronic poo-poo pee-pee disorder. They had to
Chronic shits, bruh.
they had to run 6 CAT scans on me in one day.
I just like being in the tube.
It's my own fault. I was literally like earlier on Friday. I was like, "Oh, my money's looking pretty decent right now. That's awesome." Well, there you
Bang
go.
medical
So
expense.
did that glass have any like pre-existing like
I don't think so.
weak points in it, or it just shattered randomly?
Don't think so. It just shattered, and it was a fucking clean ass cut because it was just one chunk. There was no shrapnel or anything.
That's interesting.
Yeah, isn't that like the thing with glass? It's like the cleanest cut or something.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've
I think
heard
it
that. People,
depends.
like cuts the skin like in a way where it's like the hardest to save or something. I don't know. Where'd I hear
I
that?
feel like if it breaks off like that, then the edge is super sharp because if it like hits, you
Yeah.
hit it with a hammer, then it probably has a bunch of ridges and it's not as clean, you know.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, but I've heard that before.
But the fact that
Yeah.
I mean, our
just like,
connection's shit.
yeah, I know it's acting goofy. The fact that
Yeah.
the glass just separated is interesting.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it a lot. It was awesome.
I like the part where your thumb went into it.
I think everyone should experience that at least once in their life.
Guys,
You think?
we're doing the glass challenge.
Well, and then that's the other thing is everyone was like I'm there, and she's like, "Do you need like a work order or anything?" I'm like, "No, I don't need that. Like it's on my thumb. It's a thumb. I can go to work. It's fine." Like, what am I gonna do if I can't go to work? You're like, this is the equivalent of saying like, "Oh, can you shit on your own?" Like, yeah, I can. That's nothing I do is so fucking hard.
You can wipe your ass, right?
In your shitting
And it's not like a
assistant.
work order. Work order wouldn't have done anything. I'd still have to use PTO. They don't fucking accept those.
Yeah, our internet shit right now. I'm getting 2
Are
upload.
you downloading something?
No, I'm not downloading shit. Okay, now it's going up. I have 10 upload.
I don't know what to tell you exactly.
I think I'm going to cry and bitch and moan.
Got 'em.
What's new?
I don't know.
I have a fucked up thumb.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
That's new.
actually new. That's
That's
brand new. Just dropped. Luke fucked up thumb.
Luke's thumb
Yeah.
just dropped.
Yeah, it was a super fun time. I enjoyed it a lot. 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah, would do it again.
If you ever have the chance to cut your finger so bad you get to see bone and have a nice experience at the hospital, then I think you should. I think you should hop right on that boat.
Yeah, I think everyone should just cut their finger once in their life.
Like bad,
don't-
not just
Yeah, like bad. Like stitches need.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had like a bad finger issue, which is cool.
This is the first time I've ever had stitches in my life.
Mine were last
How would you
year.
rate your experience on stitches?
Yeah.
The first one was okay. The second one hurt a little bit. The third one a little worse. The fourth was the worst one, and then all 4 after that didn't hurt at all.
Did you feel them like kind of tug and pull?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that's a weird
I
feeling.
hate that fucking
The
feeling.
whole
so
time. It
much.
was awesome.
It's like
at one point, I felt him like stab through, and I felt him come through the other side of my skin. And I looked over and I watched him like pull it shut. I was like, that's kind of cool to look at.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I hated that feeling.
he did a really good job with the stitches though. Like
Clean
they're
stitch.
very clean. They're
don't
very
they don't they
clean.
use
Good
like
shots, Doc.
like a hooked needle that has like a bend in it?
Yeah, suture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Suture. What does those look like? Suture needle.
it's like a fishing hook. Low key.
Suture
They got a barb on the end.
needle.
Yeah, they put barbs in it.
Yeah, they don't have barbs, but they are curved. They are curved.
Yeah, he did a
Yeah,
really
there
good
it
job.
is.
Shouts, Doc. Good job.
Yeah, big shout, stock.
He's listening to this. Shouts. Sure, he's a big anime fan.
He's definitely fucking not.
I bet he is.
Oh,
Bro, just
I
with
mean-
that animation.
anime of the week. I'm actually surprised this is not on the list yet. This week we have Erased. I feel like someone else has seen Erased. Luke, have you seen it?
I think it,
No,
I
you're the only
haven't either.
person. I
I'm
was
the only
pretty
one.
sure you did it already.
I thought I did too, but I didn't see it on. I did the Control F, and I didn't see it on there.
Is that one of the ones that I've like lost to time? There's probably done somewhere.
You
Because I
know,
remember you talking about it. I remember you doing
I
it.
think I have talked about. I remember watching it. I was like, hey, it was Erased.
I have like a whole memory of you talking about it and doing it.
It might have been a Lost to Time one.
Well, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, it's
I kind of.
Do you also feel like he's done it?
Yeah,
am
I feel like I
crazy?
low-key feel like I have done it.
There's
I
a
think
part of
we
me
could-
that does think that.
Do you think we could get like AI to scrape the episodes and try and find it?
Dude, no, because it's so fucked. Dude, as a human being, I have had episodes where I can't find where we did an anime of the week that I know we did.
That's
Like
fucked.
it's fucked trying to find it in these because it's fucking like you'll go at one time period, it's like we're talking about Bigfoot, and then 10 minutes later it's like, do you guys know that black holes are actually not real or some dumb shit like that? Like that is how our episodes go. It's
you would
impossible.
have to listen to like the entire episode.
I
Yeah,
did when
that would
I
take
made
fucking
the
forever.
fucking list. I did.
Holy
I
shit,
sat there
that
for
sucks.
I sat there for probably 6 or 7 hours straight listening to episodes trying to find all of our anime of the weeks.
God damn.
Like that was my chore.
Go through it again, Anthony, and we'll just see. Like, if some sounds too familiar, I'm like, okay, just choose a new one.
Okay, well,
But it's not on the list. You know what I mean?
But I remember what the fucking like. Isn't a crime solving one?
yeah. Well, like, you could say that. You could low-key say that. So I'll read the synopsis and then we'll kind of break it down and see if I fucking talked about this before.
Okay.
Okay, so when tragedy is about to strike, Satoru Fujinuma finds himself sent back several minutes before the accident occurs. The detached 29-year-old manga artist has taken advantage of the powerful yet mysterious phenomenon which he calls revival to save many lives. However, when he is wrongfully accused of murdering someone close to him, Satoru is sent back to the past once again, but this time to 1988, 18 years in the past. Soon he realizes that the murder may be connected to the abduction and killing of one of his classmates, the solitary and mysterious Kaio Hinazuki, that took place when he was a child. This is his chance to make things right. Basically, this dude, when he was younger, one of his classmates was kidnapped and murdered. 18 years later, he has this ability to go back in time, and he wants to stop that from happening. Basically figure out who did it so he can find out when they do it and whatnot. So I guess you could mildly say crime solving, sure.
I can't tell if this sounds familiar or not, but like,
I swear to God, you've done this before, but I'm just gonna let it ride.
yeah.
It's in the list now, I guess. So if I want to try and do it a third time, I can't.
I'm gonna be so honest. I do not care enough to sit there and go back and see if you ever did it as a double check. I'm not doing that.
It would be
so I'm just gonna accept it. I don't give enough to tell you no, so we're just gonna roll.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, that's the show. This aired in 2016, winter 2016.
A lot newer than I thought. I always thought it was older.
2016 was almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know, but it still feels like it's older than that.
2016. I just graduated high school and was going to college.
This is a minute ago. This is a second ago.
I was a junior.
I still hated anime.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, this show was. I thought it was really good. This is usually if someone mentions a list of like sad anime or like good horror anime, I'd say more in the tone of horror. This is
I see it on the horror
list. This is usually
a lot.
on that list.
Is it? Is it scary?
It's not like scary. It's really well done for the since anime usually fucks up like horror and suspenseful things typically, and this one's definitely one of the good ones, I would say. What, an 8.3 on my anime list?
Yeah, it's high. It's definitely up there.
Really good.
It's really well rated.
I've had it on my list for a long time.
Very good show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I have wanted to watch it for a while.
Yeah, too bad I'm not going to.
It's kind of fun watching it, trying to figure out guess who you think the fucking perpetrator is. Is
it surprising at all? Like who did it? Who done it?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't 100% remember. I think I know who did it. I'm gonna spoil it for myself and read it. But
I bet it was fucking.
I'm almost positive I know who did it, based on like the pictures.
Kenya. Look at that guy.
Kobayashi. He's a classmate.
Yeah, he has a strong sense of justice, more like a strong sense of murder.
More like a strong sense of cringe.
Strong sense of cringe.
And piss.
I'm gonna spoil it for myself.
It's a piss baby.
Oh.
How many time traveling 27-year-olds do you give it out of 10?
I'm gonna give it 9 time traveling 20-year-olds out of 10. No, 27-year-olds.
How many? Yeah, that works.
I don't know what else you want me to get. There's not a lot. There's not a lot to go on.
That works.
Is there like a funny?
How many? I don't know. How many kidnapping incidents? How many murders?
Yeah, those are super fun. I think that's funny.
They're a good time.
Oh, I guess he was 29. Never mind, not 27.
What's the difference?
Okay.
Do any of the people have like funny little haha quirks that we could rate it?
Yeah,
out
like
of? Yeah, like any oogoos out of 10.
Yeah, any bread making
Any
Moms that love
stars?
make bread.
No, the main girl's mom beats her. It's just an upsetting story.
Oh.
How many
overall.
beatings out of 10?
Jesus.
It's just
How many,
Rate your beating 1
how
out of
many
10.
beatings out of 10 do you give it?
it's just child abuse.
So the mom did it.
Negative.
I think she set it
I
up.
remember who did it. Yeah, I remember. I had to look up a spoiler.
Hey,
I
that's
bet
fine,
it-
but I think the mom did it still.
I bet it was Shiratori. He looks like he do it.
The June guy? Doesn't he look creepy? His description is June is a food delivery worker who lived in South Sudan's neighborhood and often approaches lone students around his house.
Oh, he's
That's
too obvious. He
creepy.
didn't do it. He didn't do it. He's too obvious.
Fucking creepo.
I don't think it was Kenya because that whole country's got something going on.
Yeah,
There's
they're
something
on a whole
going on
nother
there.
continent.
Oh, I'm on the website. I wonder. if it's even
EPS
still
male
active.
member? Probably that guy. Akemi's boyfriend.
I think it's
The
ID.
weirdo.
Oh, the website is. Yeah, this was good. This is pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, this was good. I liked it a lot.
I thought the show was good and it had me interested. I think I
show
would
was
recommend
fun.
this show. And if you watch it and like it, give this a thumbs up.
I thought the show was good. The
I
show
liked
had
the
a
show.
lot of good colors.
It
Like
was
writing a book
good.
report.
It was good, and I liked to watch it.
I thought the book was good. I would read the book again.
You should read the book too.
I love reading it. I have to get to the. Hold on, I have to get the word limit on my fucking report.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
the filler, the fluffer. The fluff.
This was good, and it was really good, and I think it was written really good.
The reason I think it was really good is because I really enjoyed the book. Because
You-
it was really good.
You can see that it was really good because of the way that it is.
Luke, did you
Which
read?
is good.
I'm sure you did, because I think it was just like it's like U.S. curriculum or Ohio curriculum. Of Mice and Men and 12 Angry, no, fucking To Kill a Mockingbird and Of Mice and Men. Did you read those?
I was not allowed to read To Kill a Mockingbird, but we did read Of Mice and Men.
We
Interesting.
read that in 7th grade.
We were told we are not mature enough to read To Kill a Mockingbird. We do not believe that as students any of us were mature enough to read To Kill a Mockingbird. But then they read Of Mice and Men and they said the N word a lot in that book too, and
Yeah,
that
they
was
did.
fine. But To Kill a Mockingbird was apparently not okay.
Interesting.
Instead, we read stupid fucking Lord of the Flies, one of the worst books I've ever fucking read in my
Lord
life.
of-
I've heard about that.
Flies.
I've not read it.
Lord of the Flies sucks. Anyone who likes it, you're a boring person.
Fuck
Book's
is Lord of the
boring as
Flies?
shit.
Sounds like something I would hate.
It's a bunch of, I think they're grade schoolers or like middle schoolers or something. They are on a flight and it gets stranded on an island, and it's basically like their development of a hierarchical society and
yeah.
shit. Like, super cool premise. Too bad it was written by a nonce because they couldn't fucking write a book to save their life. Shit sucks, boring as piss. Could have made it way more exciting. I know at one point a kid falls off and hits his head on a rock and dies. I'm like, okay. I don't
Yeah, I've
care.
heard of
Shouldn't
that
have
theme
done that.
before multiple times.
I was like, okay, and it's kind of that. What I really liked was fucking Fahrenheit 451. That's a good ass book.
I've also
I
heard
heard that was
I've
good.
not read
I
that
remember
either.
like checking it out at the library, but like I never read it.
I've always
book
heard
is
of the name.
amazing. Amazing book. Very relevant to a lot of anything going on in today.
I'll have to get around to
I remember
reading
reading a book called The Giver.
Oh, I remember The Giver. Yes.
I don't know that one.
I do not remember a fucking thing from that.
I don't either. I know the dude has a big beard, I think, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What's the famous baseball Catcher in the Rye?
We did not read that.
I didn't read that either.
I don't remember it at all. I remember reading it.
Catcher in the Rye. I was the only reason I know that book is because Butterscotch read it and then he killed John Lennon.
Kill John Lennon.
John Lennon.
We read Hatchet. Remember Hatchet? It's
read
basically
that.
the same thing as Lord of the Flies, but without all the kids. Like, dude's on a plane, gets stranded, has to survive.
Hate
I remember saw a movie called or a book called My Side of the Mountain. I like that one.
What? Oh, that rings a bell.
My Side of the Mountain.
I'm getting mad about Lord of the Flies, and that book sucks. And there's probably some like Lord of the Flies fan out there that's like, this book's actually beyond your comprehension.
Lord of the cringe.
You just didn't understand it, you freaking idiot.
You must be Lord of the Dumbasses to not get the point of the story.
A fucking loser who cuts his thumb on a cup.
My favorite book is actually Lord of the Flies. It tells a really good story. I don't even know what the point of the book was, if I'm honest. No clue what the point of the book was.
I read the short synopsis. It was supposed to be like about people and humanity and selfishness. I'm like, okay, it's cringe.
Like, at least I knew the point of Animal Farm. Animal Farm was a good book.
What's that one about?
You don't know what Animal Farm's about? Animal Farm's about like the farm animals. They create a society where it's where the saying all animals are created equal, but some are created more equal than others. And the pigs start to like really take advantage of every other farm animal until they finally reach a point of society. And it's basically like a telling of how the 1% try to act like they're part of the 100%, but they're not, and they make it very obvious that they're not. So they separate themselves and treat themselves better. It's like a whole classist society. Like it's a message on classism.
That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah,
George Orwell. That's good.
it is a really good book. It gets kind of memed a lot because a lot of people reference it way too much. But you know, it's kind of like 1984, how everyone talks about that fucking book all the time.
That's the other one I hear about from George Orwell. They're like 1984, 1984, 1984.
It's just like 1984.
Yeah,
we're living in 1984.
Like, yeah, that's another one. Because at the end of the book, it's the pigs are actually like in the house with the humans playing poker or something, and they all look the exact same.
Everyone's
the humans.
a fucking pig.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like the pigs and humans are so similar at that point that there's no difference between the two. Because it's about how the animals were rising up against the humans because the humans were the 1%, but then, you know, the pigs realized that if they just got in with the 1%, they would get treated better and that could leave all the other animals behind. Really good book. Has a really good message.
This is interesting. I would like to read that.
I would too. Hit an audiobook for it real quick while I work.
It's a fun book. Fun book.
God, it was published in 45.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's an old book.
Yeah, 1984 is the whole one about the dystopian society. Fahrenheit 451 is all about censorship.
Is that George? That's not George Orwell too, is it?
No, Fahrenheit 451 is not. That's Ray Bradbury.
Isn't that a series?
Fahrenheit 451? It was a TV series on, or like a short mini series on Prime, I think.
There was a book series that people kept recommending that was similar to that, I think.
No. I was going to say something stupid. It's not relevant. Say like Animorphs. That's a series.
Not fucking Animorphs. No. No. I forget what it was. But, yeah, I haven't read any of those books. We didn't really read a whole lot at our school. Now that I think about it.
I love poetry a lot too. Like I used to be really into poetry or short stories. Like did you guys ever read There Will Come Soft Rains?
No, like the only poetry we dabbled in was like Edgar Allan Poe for like a small stint, very small.
Well, it's a short story. It's not poetry, but it's by Ray Bradbury, and it's about an automated house that it has all these functions. It can do anything that it could ever want, and then a fire starts one day, and it tries to correct itself by taking out the fire, but in doing so, the fire spreads further until it finally burns itself down. It's about like self-destruction and how little things build up.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, it's a whole story about how like if you let little things build up, you'll finally self-destruct, trying to deal with things instead of looking at the big picture.
Huh. I kind of like
pretty
that
sweet.
Too.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I should read more books.
Very awesome short story.
I should read
more short stories. They're just more literature in general.
Yeah.
I would, except 90% of them are fucking boring.
I know, it's like I'd have to find the good ones, which I don't think would be like crazy hard, but
Mm-hmm.
The good ones are always the popular ones, and they're
Yeah.
always the ones that you hear too much about, so you don't want to read them.
Yeah.
like they shove it down your throat. You're like, I don't want to fucking do that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I feel like I should read To Kill a Mockingbird, but I don't even know what the fuck it's about. I don't care.
That's
I
about
really
I
right.
know
don't.
it's Atticus Finch is one of my favorite characters. That dude's awesome.
And then, Tom Sawyer, I think I read that at some point.
Modern day warrior.
You read 12
feel
Angry
like-
Men too, and that's I get like
That sucked ass.
yeah, I get the point of the story. It just kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the books they make you read in high school are lost on high schoolers.
They are 100%
Yeah,
lost on high schoolers.
Yeah.
Because, like,
You get
what?
maybe a fraction of percentage. Like, yeah, you know what? I really, I felt that book.
Because you
the
want
other
to
ones-
talk about how we're not adults, but then you give us, like, overly mature books for adults. Like,
Yeah.
And I think if you're gonna read
Well,
them, like do it in like your senior year at the earliest.
Yeah.
Because we read those when we were like freshmen and shit, and even some of those in
we-
grade school.
Yeah, we read them in grade school. We did not read them as even in high school.
I was
We read
like,
them before that.
dude, I was like 13. I was stupid as fuck. No, I'm not gonna learn
Yeah.
a lesson from this.
I didn't give a shit about books. I wanted to play Call of Duty.
I just wanted to fucking kill people. Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I even read Moby Dick. I feel like I did.
We didn't
I
read
did
Moby
not
Dick.
know.
I really feel like I did, but I don't know.
Is
Like,
there
is-
an overarching like theme to Moby Dick?
I
I
don't
feel
know.
like it's like revenge. Like, does he die?
I think he does die in the pursuit of trying to get the whale.
Yeah.
I think Ahab does.
I'm gonna read the
Is it a
God,
story
the
of?
plot's long. Holy fuck.
Is
this
it a
plot is
story of narcissism? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Low
isn't
key,
it like,
I've heard someone say that before.
Because isn't it like the whole point is Captain Ahab's supposed to be the greatest captain, and Moby Dick, the white whale, is supposed to be the impossible to catch fish, and out of narcissism, he wants to prove that he's the best, so he goes to catch the whale and dies doing so.
What is the?
Okay,
I-
I'm gonna read this real quick. Here's
I'm just
oh,
gonna
the-
ask ChatGPT.
plot
What is the
goes down.
meaning?
Ishmael.
Oh,
We meet
Moby.
Ishmael, a teacher hitting the high seas with fortune and adventure. Ishmael buddies up with Queequeg, a tattooed harpooner, and they both join the Pequod. Ahab, the reclusive captain, finally appears on the leg and shares his desire for vengeance on the white whale.
It is revenge.
Yeah.
Ahab's relentless hunt for Moby Dick reflects self-destructive obsession and the dangers of revenge.
There it is.
So it seems like Ishmael is the only survivor. Captain Ahab and Queequeg fucking die.
That's what happens. It's like Jaws.
I don't know the fucking point of Jaws in the slide. Like, the one thing about Jaws never made any fucking sense to me, and I'll say it, it's a good ass movie. Jaws is
Yeah.
a fantastic fucking movie. Anyone who says not, you're just stupid. Like, honestly,
It's a great movie.
good, great movie. Fucking, why is it when Jaws attacks at the end of the movie, why does he destroy the fucking phone? Why does he break the goddamn phone? Why? Like, what did he gain from that? They didn't even have signal in the first place. He's like, hey, like, we're getting attacked. Send someone to help. He's like, fucking no. It's like, why? Why did you do that?
I don't know.
That scene always makes me mad. Always makes me mad. Why the fuck did he do that? And there's so many people I've watched like movie analysis. People are like, I don't like this is the one thing I don't get is why he fucking destroys the phone.
Let's see what JPT thinks.
GBT's gonna be like, it's a mystery.
It's
the reason Apollo 11 was a good movie.
Okay. Why did Quint destroy the radio? It's giving like 3 bullet points for obsession. Like Moby Dick, Quint was obsessed with hunting and killing the shark himself, much like Captain Ahab's pursuit. I feel like a lot of this could be left up to speculation. Past trauma, he was on the USS Indianapolis. About surviving the shark attacks, deep hatred for personal vendetta against the sharks. Again, that falls under revenge.
Was that World War II?
Yes. Symbol of isolation. By destroying the means of communication, Quint ensures that they are completely alone at sea, forcing kind of final confrontation with the shark. That's stupid.
Yeah, see, like nobody knows. Nobody knows why the fuck it's everyone just guessing. No one knows why the fuck he just destroyed a
Who-
fucking phone for no
Who
reason.
directed that?
Wasn't that Steven Spielberg?
I think you're right. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Steven. I'll email him.
Hey Steven, quick question. That movie you made in 1973, why the fuck did he destroy the fucking phone? Is it 73 or is it 72?
I was
75.
gonna say
75.
the
I was,
80s, so you guys are closer than me.
look, I was close as shit.
I'll you son of a bitch.
Kerpew! Shark go boom.
Yeah, there's a fucking oxygen tank thing fucking blows up. And then the one guy, they're just like, oh yeah, I'll go down. Like, why the fuck are you going in the water in the first place? What's that solve?
Is Quint the only one that died?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I remember he gets chomped.
He's the only one. And like, I don't know why the other dude was so keen on saving him. He literally self-destructed the whole fucking shit. He broke the phone that would have saved them all. And then they blew up a shark. And now there's 15 Jaws movies.
Yeah, now we have like 4 more.
No, there's way more than 4, dude.
Holy shit.
I think there's
That's
at least 8 or
embarrassing.
9. I think there's at least 8 or 9 Jaws movies.
Oh, geez, there's like a Jaws 3D.
Yeah.
There is a 3D. Jaws the
Yeah.
Revenge.
And there's like Son of Jaws.
I remember
think.
seeing like Jaws 2.
I think Son of Jaws is one.
Son of Jaws.
Son of Jaws.
The Return of Little Jaws.
That is a good movie, though. I like that movie.
Son of Jaws?
No,
No.
just Jaws.
The first Jaws.
The
Jaws-
first one's great. They just need to stop making more after that.
Yeah, the first one is a fantastic movie. Like I said, if you're just immature if you don't think Jaws is a good movie.
Yeah.
Like if you don't like it, that's fine. You're allowed to not like it, but Jaws is a good movie.
There was one shark movie that I watched that I fucking hated. I was 47 meters
Shark?
down,
Yeah.
I think.
That movie sucks
I
balls,
hated
dude.
that so much.
That movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, that was
People
shit.
talk about that movie all the fucking time. That movie sucks.
It was meh.
No, it sucked. It was horrible.
What
No,
did
that
you not
movie's-
like? Like, what did you hate about it?
I hated how, like, this is going to sound stupid because we just talked about Jaws and I said I like Jaws. I hated how they portrayed the sharks as like these just bloodthirsty, man-eating killer creatures, which sounds a little ironic because we were just talking about Jaws, but I feel like
But
you can't say that
Jaws
about
is
Jaws
like
because
an
Jaws,
exception.
yes, like that, it's like a one-off case. In 47 meters down, it's like every like sharks come swarming and they're ready to tear you limb from limb because they're cold-blooded killers who live in the ocean.
Yeah. I guess
Also-
in Jaws too, they make it clear that Jaws is just one shark.
Yeah.
Until the
Like,
second
it's-
and third
that's the
episode of
only-
Jaws.
Yeah, but that's milking the franchise. But
Yeah,
with
but-
the movie Jaws, it's just like there's one shark that's bad, the rest of them are fine.
Right.
But in 47 meters down, it's like every shark is after you. Don't go in
Yeah.
the cage.
Also, 47 meters down, there was no safety precautions for them to get back up. Like there was nothing they could have
Right.
done. It's a one-way trip down, and if something fucks up, you're
Well, it's
just dead.
that's because they were on the sketchy, fucking cage diving thing because they're stupid.
The fucking movie's stupid. Everything. about
Yeah,
it.
and she's like, "Come on, let's do something fun. You just
What
broke
the
up. Come
fuck
on,
is
party,
this?
live a little." I don't like that premise.
There's a movie called Cruel Jaws. 1995 Cruel Jaws. What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Oh, fucking! You guys know Deep Blue Sea?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought I've heard of it.
Movie also sucks ass. Movie sucks.
Yeah, I've seen that. I remember watching that.
There's 3 of those. That's
Which is insane that they managed to get Samuel L. Jackson and like LL Cool J and Thomas Jane. Michael Rappaport was in it. Like, big name actors, and this movie sucked dick. I think I remember.
good.
What is it that I remember about this movie? Was it the end? I
Blue
think
Sea?
where like, I think it's the end where like the whole sea research facility, whatever, is like falling apart because the shark destroyed
Yeah.
it somehow. And then LL Cool J is like on top of a piece of debris and he shoots the shark and then
Yeah.
dies. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Movies sucked. Man, dude, shark movies just are not that good.
No.
There's one good one.
Everyone's like, oh, Jaws did well, and then they try to copy it.
Yeah.
And then they tried to make like Piranhas, and that movie also sucks
That was
ass.
There's like
garbage.
the Meg too.
There
The
wasn't there. There's an
Megalodon
alligator movie too, or crocodile. It's called Lake Placid. I remember those.
Yeah, Lake
I feel like
Placid.
that's one of
Yeah.
the fucking. There were these sci-fi movies that were stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
Like
they were terrible.
Piranhaconda versus Sharktopus.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Lake Placid was really 99.
I think the problem with like the Meg and the Meg 2 is that it's not trying to take itself too seriously. Like
Yeah.
those movies are they're kind of goofy. Like they're not meant to be serious shark movies.
Mhm.
It's about a megalodon and Jason Statham fights a fucking megalodon. Like there's nothing serious about those. Whereas like Deep Blue Sea and 47 Meters Down are like these super serious shark
Mhm.
movies and they just suck. Like
Betty White isn't Lake Placid.
What?
Betty White's in Lake Placid.
Yes,
Yeah, talk about another movie series that sucks ass.
I know.
Lake Placid
Big
sucked.
Croc and Lake Placid.
There's a giant crocodile, or like Anaconda. Anaconda's
Yeah,
not a bad
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, I
stupid
remember
as
that
fuck,
one.
too. Lake
can't they
Placid
just
versus Anaconda. That's a thing.
You know, the best animal movies were like Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a plane.
These motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane. Owen Wilson was in Anaconda. Danny Trejo was in Anaconda. Jennifer Lopez. What the fuck?
Bro, I remember this movie. It's called Eight-Legged Freaks. I have these weird memories about this movie. It's about spiders. Why the fuck? Wow.
Why is it so big?
I would.
I've seen this before, but I kind of really want to watch it again.
I'm good, dude.
Discord movie night. The hell on our podcast.
I'm
We're watching
good.
Eight-Legged Freaks.
We should watch
Oh,
Tremors 3. That's what we
The
should
original Tremors is fire.
Jesus Christ, they have Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell. What the fuck?
do. Day in hell.
Tremors 4, 5.
Tremors
Dude,
8?
They made way too many Tremors movies.
Tremors 8.
I'm not gonna lie, like the giant worm in A Cold Day in Hell looks sick as fuck. Movie's probably awful. Not probably, it's definitely awful.
Yeah, he looks cool, but
But he looks cool as fuck. I'm not gonna front with you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the first Tremors movie.
First Tremors was fire. Kevin Bacon in it.
Fred Ward or Earl
Yeah,
Bassett.
that's a fire ass movie.
Reba's in that. Holy shit!
Yeah, she's fucking she's the gun obsessed lady with the one guy, the
Yeah,
cowboy
it just
guy.
never clicked.
What was the? Oh my god, I don't know if anyone's gonna know this fucking movie. It's the Nick Cage movie where there was the kid that could see the future and the end of days were coming. And
Oh,
Nick Cage
I think it's called Knowing.
Is it Knowing?
I don't think I know
Yes,
that.
it is. It is.
Yeah,
Knowing.
it is.
Yep, I remember this.
And like the kid's an alien or something, and Nick Cage has to deliver him to the alien society before the Earth explodes. But like nothing changes, the Earth still explodes. This kid just goes away with aliens. like the whole movie is an exercise in futility. There's no point in anything that they do.
I remember watching this movie. I don't remember when or where I watched it. I just know that I've seen it.
It's kind of like the movie. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. The movie 2012, when I saw it in 2009, freaked me out a little bit.
You're thinking like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
dude?
yeah,
This
I
year
agree.
Might be crazy.
Well, it wasn't that I was thinking like 2012 was gonna be crazy because I knew that was all bullshit. I wasn't a fucking idiot. I was raised to like have a brain. But like the scenes where the tidal waves come in and like all those people just get killed immediately, I was like, that would fucking suck so bad. Yeah, that freaked me out a lot. Not like what was the fucking San Andreas, the one with the rock,
Oh yeah.
where the whole movie is just the San Andreas fault breaks in half. Like
California's
just
gone.
one day the San Andreas fault just explodes and like yeah, okay, buddy, you really wrote a story there with that one. Not that anybody would be sad if California just disappeared.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
You know it was on fire.
It's probably still on
Yeah, it
fire.
might be right now still.
It probably still is. I wouldn't be surprised. They fired their chief of the fire department or something.
That's good.
Yeah, you know, the guy who was actually making a lot of movements towards fighting the
Putting
fucking
out fires.
fires and stopping houses burn down. They just fired him. They're like, nah, you're good.
See
That's good.
What's
I
that
don't
website?
know.
Is California on fire? Isn't that
It's
a thing?
CaliforniaOnFire.com.
Yeah, let's check that. And then I'm ready to close
Yes.
it out for the night. I'm
Let's
hungry.
see it. The answer is yes. Updated Sunday, February 23rd at 17:26, 2025 PST.
Okay, so yeah, it's still on fire.
Yeah. So we're good.
That's a live update. That was a
Yeah,
right
we're
now update.
Yeah, we're safe.
We're safe. California's on fire. I mean, not that I was in danger. I'm not in California.
Yeah.
Until it
Far,
spreads
very
across
far away
the
from.
entire continental U.S.
Yeah.
Popular opinion, I'm not in California.
I am about done for the night.
Yeah, that's all for me.
Yeah, folks.
Running on empty gasoline's dried up.
So, what's your final message?
Hosho, Sencho, Marine, please, pretty, please, marry me, please.
Careful with glassing, washing. That's your lesson for the day. Thorpe.
Hey guys, we're in here, and you're in there, and be careful when you're in there in the kitchen and your hands in the cup, and careful now.
Careful now. All right, that's the end of today's Hello Harem podcast. If you guys saw anything interesting, informative, or funny, leave a comment down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell button so you never miss any episode of the Hello Harem podcast. And careful washing your glasses, everybody. It can be dangerous. And don't go to the ER all willy-nilly. Only go when you need to.
But tummy hort.
Tomorrow morning when
Tummy
your dealer
hurt and
says,
headache.
what did you have? Say, Pabst the Ribbon. What else?